It's that time again. It's time for another Saturday night special where we talk about everything rockhounding related. Well, we received a lovely package in the mail this week, and I already opened it and I peeked. This is from, oh man, I'm going to butcher it, Josh. No, that's not the part that I'm butchering. Ocklawahaboy Rocks. That's, I believe, a county in Florida, and man, I'm not made for pronouncing. Hey, Sarah, would you like to open this up and maybe explain what we have?
Oh, it's the guy. It's Johnny Horizon.
And who is Johnny Horizon? For people that...
the BLM mascot from the 70s, late 70s.
So for those of you out there who are listening to our podcast, the previously Rockhounding podcast, we've discussed the Johnny Horizon, who Johnny Horizon was like the Bureau of Land Management's equivalent to Smokey the Bear. Mm-hmm. So we have now 2 Johnny Horizon hats. Does anybody remember this mascot for our Bureau of Land Management? Well, maybe you will now. So thank you so much, Josh. That's very fun. And we'll have to put these on. Yeah. Our official podcast hats, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Mm-hmm. Wow. These are very, very cool. Nice hats as well. Thanks, buddy. Wow. Quite the week. We went down to Portland for the Mount Hood Rock Club show. And it was a lot of fun. It was very cool to walk around, see all the beautiful cases, meet some of the cool vendors, got to hang out with Sean, met Gary. It was just overall, it's great going to some of these shows. It really is an excellent learning experience. And we picked up a number of different rocks. We got these guys, and Sarah was given a beautiful box by Gary. However, these couple of slabs that I picked up down there, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So for the people that left a comment on that video and left the word hood in their comment, well, I did a random comment picker, and it went through and it landed on Tie-Dye Dawn. So Tie-Dye Dawn, if you're out there, shoot me an email, currently rockhounding@gmail.com, and I will get these off in the mail to you. Congratulations. Also, from the looks of it, she likes corgis. That looks like a corgi in her user image. Corgis are cute dogs. So these slabs that I got, I think they're quite nice. Very pretty stuff. $1. I'm happy with a $1 slab. This right here, we're not going to focus on me, are we? There we go. How about that? Now that certainly looks like a slice out of a Brazilian agate. I might be wrong. Kind of hard to know for sure. I'm good with my Washington rocks. We start to get out of my comfort zone, and that. So this is some type of a moss agate, Murray Mountain possibly. I'm not exactly sure. Just find out. Maybe ask around a little. So these 3 were $1. I got this weird agate that's, you can see, actually there we go. You can see all the way through it. One person left a comment about making it a light, and I actually really like that idea. So what I'm thinking is, now imagine this is a box that I built, and it's on there, and all of the components to have an LED light are in the box, and this thing is like on top of it, and it's illuminating, you know, because there's a bright light in it, kind of like a little desk light thing. That's kind of what I'm thinking on trying. I don't have some of the stuff, but I think it would be fun to try and do. Number of people left comments on this thing, this big slab that we picked up for $5. Kind of fun. Some people called it crazy lace. I mean, I don't know. Does anybody get, a lace agate? I'm just going to call it a lace agate. But it's really thick. So I think I have some interesting projects that we can maybe use this for in the future, which would be pretty good. When we were down in that area, we did do some rock hounding, hit some spots in the North Oregon Coast Range, which, talk about a wet experience. That was some of the most intense rains I've ever been in. I mean, it was like standing in a shower. So we got that. There'll be some future videos to come. And since we were at one point 40 minutes from the beach, well, we went down to the beach in Tillamook, Oceanside, and did a little bit of beach picking. And we did pretty good for ourselves. We were there for about 30 minutes. Picked up some decent little agates, you know. It's funny, like, so there's like people just like walking around and like looking at the beach agates or looking at the rocks, and they're not picking up anything. I don't know if they like didn't have the eye for it, but we picked up all these in like, 30 minutes or so, and they're kind of nice. A little piece of jasper, some green jaspers, right? Where that's kind of fun. Of course, all of these look like really milky. That's just like the nature of the beach agate when it is I don't want to get everything wet here. That's the nature of a beach agate when it's not wet. They kind of have that very milky appearance. But we got some nice ones, right? Yeah, people are just walking around like looking and not really picking up anything, which is kind of odd. I guess I just don't have the eye for it. But got this nice one. It's like almost like a seam attached to some basalt. But overall, very good. And one thing that I, of course, like is when we were there, I see these rocks. It almost look like an amygdaloidal basalt. Looks like there's like little nodules of calciny in there or whatever. Well, I broke those things open, and there was zeolite in it. And in fact, this guy right here, you can maybe see... yeah, that is a zeolite. I wish that was in better condition, but that amygdaloidal basalt had some zeolites in it. Zeolite's worth micro-mounting, and I did just that. So we have these beautiful little pieces of cliniptolite. I might be mispronouncing that. Very little, but as you can see, very, very pretty. I have a problem where I need to get an ultrasonic cleaner. Like, you can see in these photos, they're like kind of clean, not super clean. And that's one of the cleaning tools for rocks that I gotta have in the arsenal for things just like this. These delicate things that you gotta have no real way to clean them otherwise. If we had more time at the beach, we would have done more rock hounding. There's a lot of opportunities to find really, really, really cool stuff. Probably within like an hour or so of Tillamook. But sadly, we had to come back out here to Northeast Washington. We couldn't stay forever. After that, threw up the video going back to the Turk mine, the beautiful Turk mine, and kind of getting back to some of what I really, really love, which is mine exploration. You know, it's very cool to be able to go out to these places, see what these miners saw, walk where they walked, and kind of even momentarily envision what it would have been like to have lived and worked there. Like, it's so far removed from what we have nowadays that, yeah, I don't know. It's, yeah, we're just very far removed from it. This one a little crumbly, but this is the one that I broke. But these specimens here are really good. I like it. I like my sulfides. I like my my copper minerals. You know, it's very cool to be able to explore the world of rocks and minerals and look at some different things that you don't typically see. Going back to the subject of kind of like the Portland, going down to Oregon and stuff, I thought, you know, it'd be interesting to share with you some of the numbers for this trip. Because one of the things that I hear all the time is people will be like, oh, I wish I could do what you do, or, oh, you know, whatever. Like, here's the thing. It really comes down to priorities. So, I'll give you all the numbers behind this trip. So, we drove from Spokane to Portland, and then around in the North Coastal Range, and then back out to Spokane. We drove 1,017 miles. We have a vehicle that gets 23 miles per gallon. We spent $191 on fuel. Some of the other things that we got, like, you know, we bought all the magazines at the show, and like we got a couple of these slabs and stuff. So the total for the trip for 3 long days was $231. And I filmed 3 videos and put up a trip report on the website. So overall, not bad. You know, not exactly a break the bank situation, at least for us. You know, we're very frugal people, and we make this is what we enjoy doing. So this is our priority. I did get some new books, which that's kind of my thing is I troll the internet. I troll the internet for really screaming good deals on books. Let me show you a couple of the books that I got this week. So if you've been listening to the podcast that we do, it's up on the website. You can find us on all platforms. Previously, we're Rockhounding. Well, back in the 70s, right, the editor of Rock and Gem magazine wrote this book. And I managed to find this book, mint condition. I actually have not had the opportunity to read it just yet, so it's not really a recommendation. But I did flip through it, and so it's very cool. Like, all these great, like, photos of them on their rockhounding trips down to Baja, which, you know, it's got good maps. Like, how fun would that be, you know? Back in the 70s, they're driving around in Baja looking for rocks. Like, I mean, that looks awesome to me. I like his English to Spanish guide here for the different minerals, just in case you use this to go down there. So I thought this was pretty cool. So that's a good little score. $2.95. We are possibly heading back down to Utah to do some more rockhounding in the future. And here's the thing. All of the rockhounding books for Utah, they suck. Okay, they just do. Well, I found one that absolutely does not suck. Okay, this looks pretty good. Like, there's so much detail, right? I mean, this is written by a geologist, a professor, and just like their listings, like, you know, the county and then the actual, like, where that county is in Utah, you know, the location, like all the stuff that you need to know about a specific place. Like, this seems like quite the score. It's kind of what rockhounding books really should be, you know? So this is a good one, and I can't even remember what I paid for this. I definitely paid under $8. So I'll drop a link down below to this, and you know, the thing is, one more book, and I'm going to tell you what I think. Okay, so the mines that we go to, one of the great resources. I can't. So this book is volume 4. I have 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the Discovering Washington's Historic Mines. These books are amazing, and they are thick with information about the mines of northern Washington. This right here is how you should really learn about stuff, right? These kinds of books. Then I would say YouTube, right? Because YouTube is great because, well, somebody like myself can read all of these books, distill down that information, and pass it along to people like yourself. The absolute worst way that I have seen to learn about rockhounding is Facebook. Like, it's Facebook. That is hands down the worst place to learn about rocks, minerals, lapidary, geology, whatever. Because it's a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire platform, and it's terrible. I make this comparison to it. If you bought a case of soda, and one of those sodas in the case was tainted. You don't know. It's colorless, odorless. You just have no clue. Would you drink all of the sodas? Is it worth it to have 11 good sodas and one that makes you throw up for a week? I would say no. Now, how does that relate to Facebook as a way of getting your rockhounding information? Well, do you know enough to know when somebody's not telling the truth, telling the full truth, leaving things out, misleading, or just passing along bad information themselves, being completely naive and ignorant? It's really hard. I mean, it's hard for me. You know, you really have to question everything there. So, best thing to do is just to dust it aside. I have, like 90% of the stuff that I've learned has came from books, and they are all listed up on the website. On the library section, they're all up there. You don't have to, like, I'm not selling the books, right? But they're listed up there. You can just copy and paste the ISBNs and go find them at your library, you know? I put in so much time, like, trolling the internet for these books. So it's difficult. It's difficult to just find them, but, you know, almost all of them are at the library. Well, next week, the show will be continuing, and we will be taking the show underground once again, and we'll be finding some very, very pretty rocks. So stay tuned for that. As always, everybody, thank you so much for coming by the channel, hanging out, listening to what I have to say, and I will catch you in the next video.